Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Let's have a party.
No, you can't go that far, babe. You're gonna get demonetized.
Hey y'all, hey, Erica and Jason from Time to Shrink, and it's time to
drink.
Time to drink, y'all. It's derby time to drink, y'all. We're gonna do a lot of fun derby drinks and then some twists, because you know I always have to bring a twist.
Yeah, 2 fun derby drinks. We're gonna do a mint julep and a Kentucky Mule, and then a twist on
a mint julep, kind of. You have to give me some allowances. It's not gonna be a mint julep anymore, but it's still gonna be very minty. It's gonna use my Blackberry Shrub. Shrubs are drinking vinegars, if you didn't know that, and I make a lot of different shrubs in my cocktail book. We actually have a cocktail book, y'all, if you didn't know. We just came out with it recently. It's called Time to Drink Low Carb Cocktails. Always tag down below if you're interested in checking it out. So let's get started and make the first drink.
Yep. Mint julep time.
Y'all, I only have one mint julep cup. So
well, we're only making one mint julep.
That's kind of sad though. Like if we wanted to have a derby party, that would be super sad.
Yeah.
But today we're just gonna make one just for me.
Yeah, a derby party. All right, here we go.
A derby party. That would be fun. Make everybody dress all derby and make people like wear big hats. I don't have the hat. If it's at my house, it's fun. If I get a hat, I do good with people coming here.
Yikes.
What?
Yikes.
What?
All right, let's get to
what's yikes?
You and your derby day.
That would be fun, don't y'all think? Don't you want to come over and have a derby party? I could make like all kinds of like bourbon punches and food, and everybody could have these huge, massive hats and go back to their sorority girl days. Oh. Don't you remember going to the what did I go to?
Carolina Cup.
The Carolina Cup. I never even saw a horse, but I had a lot of fun. Are you gonna start? I have something to say.
Here we go. Starting on mint julep.
Do you? I do.
All right.
Okay.
Is it about the cookbook and the syrups and how great the cookbook is for making your own syrups?
Nope, it's about the mint julep. All right, y'all. I have looked up various
Cookbook's
recipes.
Great for syrups, though.
And actually, we have a mint simple syrup in the cookbook that you could use for a julep. But that was not the point. The point that I was trying to make is mint julep is a basic recipe that has very few ingredients. It's your simple syrup that you make a mint simple syrup. That's really important. It's your bourbon and it's your mint leaves themselves. So it's almost 2 ingredients. But you'll find different amounts, different places. Like liquor.com said one thing. And then we went to like the Bourbon Trail. I don't even know if that's what it's called. A lot of different bourbon distilleries in Kentucky, which was really, really cool. And we stayed at the Brown Hotel in Louisville. And I got this. It's Kentucky mint julep. And it says 2 tablespoons of the simple syrup, crushed ice, and then 2 jiggers of fine bourbon. So all that to say, we are just going to pick and make the way that we like it. So, Jason.
Yep.
You want to make me a mint julep?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we get a drink in our hand here, y'all. So we decided to go with half an ounce of the mint simple syrup kind of in the middle of all the different recipes. And I felt like that was sweet enough. I absolutely am.
Good smelling mint.
It is.
About 5 mint leaves.
In our really, really classy and bougie red Solo cup.
All right, I give it a little bit of muddle, not really breaking the leaves up, but just trying to finesse it a little bit.
Anytime you're working with mint leaves, real mint leaves, if you over muddle it, it makes it bitter. So you just want to barely get it mashed up.
And the syrup has the mint flavor to it, so it's really good. All right. A little bit of ice into the glass.
Same with the mint syrup. The way you make the mint syrup is really important. I have a recipe for it. If you do it wrong, it'll get really bitter and nasty, and you don't want that.
We're doing 2 ounces of bourbon. This is Basil Hayden. It is a quality bourbon. If you enjoy drinking bourbon, I probably don't need to tell you what to buy because you enjoy it. If you're just kind of a casual bourbon drinker,
if you're new to bourbon, this is a great middle of the road one because it's not hot. You don't drink it and like have to cough is what I mean. Like, you know how some alcohols are just really hot? It's a lot smoother for a low price.
I was going to say it's kind of a little bit high end. If you're a casual drinker, you might want to go with like a Woodford or a Bullet, a little bit more reasonable, but
aren't those all in the same family price-wise as this one?
Those 2 are a little bit cheaper.
Okay, I didn't know that. But I love, love, love Sonic Ice. And when you want to use crushed ice in a drink, I love to send Jason to Sonic to get Sonic ice, y'all. I really, really do.
All right,
It's
you
making
pack
a
it.
big mess.
Well,
though.
yeah, that's what they make. I mean, you just can't get around it. You pack it with your ice. You can garnish it with as much mint as you want.
Garnish it with a lot of mint.
Let me find us a straw.
And that's your mint julep. This silver keeps things super, super, super cold. Mint julep cups are typically made of silver. Now ours is probably silver plated. It's probably not the real deal, but I used to have real deal ones before the house fire, but I don't know if this one is. But anyways, okay, sorry. Truthfully, it tastes like too syrupy to me. I'm wondering if that was more syrup than I would have chosen, or maybe it just needs to be stirred more. Yeah, I think it just needs to be stirred a little bit more before we... I think I just got a big syrup spot. But they're very... If you like bourbon, this is super, super yummy. It's once you have figured out how to make a good, simple syrup with mint, there are so many drinks you can make with mint simple syrup. So... Obviously, we are sitting here plugging hard our cookbook, but seriously, it took a lot of work to figure out how to do some of these different syrups to where they tasted really, really good, and mint is definitely one that you really want to follow the recipe. Okay,
all right,
moving on. This mint julep is really good, y'all. Before we move on, there's something I really wanted to talk about that I just kind of wanted to insert here because this happens to be my Friday video. Perfect Keto, who y'all know is, all of my viewers know Perfect Keto is someone who I just use all of their products and I absolutely love them, especially their bars. I just really like to have their bars on hand. They're doing a huge Labor Day sale, September 4th through September 9th, and I'm going to read it off my phone so I get it right. 2 items for 15%, 3 for 20%, 4 for 25%, and 5+ items is 35% off. This is site-wide on any and all individual products, y'all. So that's a really good sale. If you've never tried Perfect Keto, now is the time. If it's time to stock up, now is the time. September 4th to September 9th, and it's always down below. I'll have all the details and the links for you, so just to make it easy. So let's get into the next drink, y'all, because we've got some really great drinks tonight. All right, the next thing we're going to make is a Kentucky Mule. And this is kind of like, if you like Moscow mules and you like the ginger beer, this is kind of a riff on that, but they've used bourbon, obviously, because it's from Kentucky. So it's going to be 1/4 ounce of ginger juice. And this is not in a typical recipe, but I found, shake it up before you, I found that I like it to have that little extra kick of ginger. So you're going to use 1/4 ounce of ginger juice.
Yeah, and the reason you want to do this,
and 1/2 ounce of lime.
The reason you might want the extra ginger is because if you think of a mule, it's made with vodka. Vodka doesn't have a lot of kick or distinguishing taste to it. Bourbon, a lot more. So
bourbon alone has a lot more flavor.
You kind of get the extra ginger to help kind of cut the flavors. What is this? 1/2 ounce of lime?
1/2 ounce of lime. Get that out of the way. There's too much stuff happening right here, babe. You're killing me.
You're killing me, Smalls.
And all of my OCD friends. Killing me. Okay.
You put any mint in this one?
Okay. Kentucky Mule. It actually does not have any mint. It's the ginger juice and the lime and the 2 ounces of bourbon. You're going to shake it up and then you're going to pour it over ice and add your ginger beer. That's it. Very simple one. Very, very simple drink. There's nothing extra, nothing you have to prepare ahead of time for this drink, y'all. It's all just, I mean, I guess squeeze a little lime, but there's no simple syrups to make or anything in this drink. It's a really quick, simple drink, and there are so many different ways that you can make Moscow Mules. That's the drink I really, really like to play with. Probably my favorite drink in my entire cookbook, personally, is my Strawberry Mule. It is so good. It actually has strawberry and mint with the lime, and it is delicious. And if you like things extra spicy gingery, you could use more ginger juice if you wanted. Ginger juice does have some carbs, but it's not super carby. So 1 teaspoon is 1 carb. So you could do what you choose with that, but I think just that little bit of extra ginger definitely helps. Also, the quality of your ginger beer is so important. We tried a lot of them before we landed on this Gosling's. Diet Gosling's is delicious. It's delicious straight up all by itself, and it's super delicious in this drink. So, the Kentucky Mule, even though it does not have any mint in it,
I definitely
because it is a Kentucky Mule and we're doing Derby right now, this mint doesn't look so great today, y'all. But I'm totally garnishing it with a big sprig of mint. It would be better if it was a healthy, pretty sprig of mint, but you know, you can only get what you get. This is so good.
Yep, another great on a cold day in your cup, stays cold.
Most
refreshing.
Yeah, like I said, most recipes that you find won't have added extra ginger juice. I feel like it makes a difference, but you can totally do it without that too if you don't want to order the ginger juice. So the next drink is one that I created. It's called a Blackberry Shrub Julep. I took a mint julep and then I kind of took a lot of allowances with it, but what I'm using is a Blackberry Shrub. It's a drinking vinegar. When you make drinks, right, you want a little bit of sour and a little bit of sweet in the cocktail scene. The shrub gives a tartness that is like the acid, but in a different way than a lemon or a lime or a grapefruit. It's just really, really tart is the best way to explain it, but it's also very drinkable without alcohol. Just you can mix it with a little bit of a simple syrup and a sparkling water, and it's a great drinking vinegar, just like it says. So what we did was you could do this in a mint julep, but we took a highball glass instead. I put a few blackberries in there and filled it up with crushed ice. Jason's making this. He has 5 mint leaves in there.
Well, not yet.
Oh, I thought you just did that.
No, I got the ounce of the shrub and an ounce.
He put an ounce of the blackberry shrub and an ounce of the mint simple syrup.
Yeah, and normally I like to do an ounce of the acid and 0.75 of the simple syrups.
But we tried that earlier and we didn't like it.
Because of the vinegar, you have to go kind of 1-to-1 matching on this because the vinegar just gives it a little bit of the extra kick.
Right.
So you really do need to go 1-to-1. I don't always recommend that, but for this one, it's
if you're
a must.
using a drinking vinegar, it's different than using like a lime or a lemon or a grapefruit. So he also put in a few blackberries. That's going to help give it some pretty color and some freshness.
And they also kind of shield the mint when you're muddling it from getting too bitter.
So he's going to add that in there, and then he's going to add 2 ounces of bourbon.
Favorite Kentucky bourbon.
Basil Hayden. Have we been to that distillery?
Yes, Basil Hayden, Orangeburg, and Buffalo Trace is what we went through.
We did go to Basil Hayden. That is such a fun trip, y'all. If you haven't done that, when all this COVID junk is over, go to Kentucky and go to all the different distilleries. There are so many, and they give the coolest tours.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Basil Hayden was a lot of fun. A little small one, really took you inside and showed you. I don't know if they still do that. That was 10 years ago now, probably.
I'm sure they still do it.
Well, they might be a little bit bigger. I don't know. All right. Strain this into your glass. And a highball is appropriate for a mint julep. Obviously, you'd rather have the...
Like, if I'm having a drink that's fruity, I often will use a clear glass because I want to see the color, right? And then we are going to garnish this, of course, with some mint. I don't think we have very much mint left, so you're just going to have to pretend that I used a big, healthy, pretty mint because our mint is lacking tonight, y'all. It just is. But pretend that is beautiful. Just pretend it's beautiful.
How's it taste?
You like it?
Yeah,
I don't not like it, but I feel like it's a little bit tarter than what it was earlier today.
You're supposed to get the tart.
You are supposed to get the tart. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
If you like a tart vinegary type taste, a lot of our drinking vinegar drinks are so good. A lot of them I've paired with lemonade type things, like vodka and lemonade and the drinking vinegars in the book. This is the first time I think I've used it with the bourbon.
You also have to keep in mind, this is super sweet. This is super sweet. And then you go to this and
that's actually this next sip here was better. Yeah, it's very tart. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us. These are the 3 drinks that we made. I wanted to let you know that next week we are going to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm super excited.
September 11th.
September 11th. I did not know the date. But next Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, one of our friends in this low-carb cocktail world that we've learned is low-carb cocktail guy. He has some great videos. We've done some collabs. I'll link above the collab that we did, but he challenged me to use some gin in a way that I haven't used gin before. He wanted me to make, what was it?
I
wrote it down.
A London Mule.
A London Mule.
Or your take on a London Mule.
Yeah, he wanted me to make a London Mule the way it's supposed to be, and y'all know I love a mule, but I've never made a mule with gin, and then he wanted me to be creative and make a take on it, so I'm totally going to do that, y'all. So challenge accepted. challenge accepted, and we'll definitely make those. We'll probably make a gimlet of some
Yeah, we'll
sort.
make a gimlet. I was
Just
thinking, check Instagram this week. We'll post kind of like what you need to make a drink, and then we're going to start off with that. I was thinking it kind of be like a drink with us, kind of fun time, and then we'll make a couple of other drinks for you to add to your, I don't know, repertoire. I don't know, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. So anyways, come join us next Friday night. We're here every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we're trying to at least once a month do a live. It's really fun. We've only done one before, but it was a lot of fun to hang out. So thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you next Friday, hopefully. Bye, y'all. Be blessed. Cheers.